Yeah, it should make
according.
it easier.
We were fine. I knew his other wife.
It,
We were
hold
fine.
on. It
She
should make
loved
it
me.
easier on him. He
She
shouldn't have
loved me.
nothing to. He shouldn't have nothing to really like
We were perfectly
give.
fine. He could not do what he had said he was going to do.
What, build a house?
He fell short.
What, build a house?
Build a house.
What you
What?
mean? Like, what did he fell short on?
His
Money?
requirements.
He fell short on his
Money?
job duties.
Money?
The meat stick.
What he said he was going to provide.
The meat stick.
No, oh please, that's not
Hey,
that's
hey, see, this is
listen.
why. This, hey, let me tell everybody.
That's
This is why.
ridiculous. With the meat
This is
stick.
why. This is why you can't. Like, this is
The
why you
meat
have to
stick was
get a
never a
woman.
factor.
No, this is why you have to get a woman who believes in your dream. This is like Noah's Ark. You know how long
Absolutely.
it took him to build that fucking ark?
Man,
Absolutely.
Okay, and you know how stupid it would have been that his wife would have left away. We wouldn't have the. We wouldn't. People wouldn't be who they are now. Like
No,
we wouldn't
women
be
need
here.
to understand what their position and their place is. A man has a position and he has a place that he and things that he needs to do, but a woman needs to definitely understand hers. Behind every great man is a strong woman.
you didn't
Understand
think?
that.
Did you think it was anything that you could have did to help him fulfill his needs to y'all?
No,
Or
because if I could have, I would have, but he couldn't. It wasn't to y'all, it was to me.
Ooh, ooh, I think DBJ just nailed it. That's what I was trying to get to. I think GBJ just nailed it. He felt put one
oh,
woman
okay.
No, he
over the
didn't put.
other.
Hey, you can't do that though. He right about that. You can't put one woman over the other.
This is
You
why I only have
cannot.
one woman. This is why I only got one.
Hey, hey,
Yeah, you cannot
this
do that,
is.
and most men cannot. Most men cannot balance how to make both women feel and be in the position they both supposed to be in. One
I don't
can't
think
fall
so. I
short to the
think
other one,
I don't. I
and it's
don't think
not
so.
a
I think
competition between the women. It's
it's
never
not.
a competition between the
But I
women.
think it depends on how the women. I think it depends on how the women were raised. If the women were raised in a way where they can accept a man for a man being him, then it would work. But if the woman is raised in a certain way and her lifestyle gave her something else, and now she want to try something new, most likely her pair bonding of things is
It's
not going to
not
work
gonna
out.
play. Yeah.
Because a woman that has more than what is it, 3 to 4 partners, her pair of bonding becoming with the man starts to get, what I mean,
Well, there's a lot of confusion
waste.
in there.
Well, if you're laying down, if a woman has
A
more
man
than
is
10,
imprinting himself into you every time you sleep with a man. This is why
that's a
partners begin
different
to look
subject,
like each other.
right? But that's a different subject. What I'm saying is, when a woman is not raised in a way to be a wife or raised to understand a man and work with a man, as she gets older, it's the receipt starts to show. You get what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I get it, a strong man, a strong woman, I get it, the case may be, but it depends on how they were raised. Like it really depends on how the woman was raised. And that's why you see all this shit about how white women can easily get these sophisticated, successful black men. And a lot of times it's because they were raised to understand the man. I mean, honestly, it's just so true. You know what I mean? And I don't think that takes anything away from the sisters. No, I think there's a lot of black men marrying black women on that high rate. Y'all ain't lacking for dick. You know what I mean? Trust. But it goes to show you how the woman is raised. More black women would be divorced. Well, more black women are divorced than there are black men. And that's a real
Cousin, now you
statistic.
already know I was a hot mess, but I'm not no more. So I reformed. So I understand both sides of that stick right there. I do.
I mean,
Right.
but he has a point because it's like I said. So like my baby mama was raised in a household where there was no good men whatsoever. So the one time that a good man actually came into her life, she didn't know how to treat him. And then turn around and you know what I'm saying, bills. I was taking care of everything. I was doing everything. I mean, she didn't have to do nothing but be a mom.
She wrong. She
But she
stupid.
didn't
She ain't
know she
smart.
didn't know what to really do with that. And like
We're
it
talking about a man who got stabbed multiple times by a black woman.
this just lashed. She just lashed out because what reason she stabbed me because I didn't want to be with her anymore. She realized what she was
Yeah,
losing at
that's
that point.
crazy. That's
But what I'm
crazy. So
saying
you had a
is, what
psycho.
I'm saying is, it shows how she was raised in her household. Her own
Right.
mother was putting that into her ear, like He's gonna take you away from me. He gonna lock you down, and you ain't gonna be able to have your own life. And you ain't gonna be able to do this and do that. And then she ended up having kids, which I'm thankful for, my 2 beautiful babies. But it was to the point to where once you had these kids, now I'm full-time, full man. I'm husband now because I gave up a girl that I really loved to be with this girl. I didn't even really want to be with my baby mama, but the fact that we had the kids, I had to step up. I had to step up as a man.